It's John and Rachel. She was pointing, but the lights were in my eyes. Welcome back to another episode of Jagoff Late Night. We are at episode 76. Mm-hmm. How crazy. I know. Go ahead.
Go ahead. It's
because I'm a bicentennial baby.
1976.
Yes.
And we're recording this
on
birthday eve.
Yeah.
Right.
All
so
right.
Rachel's
But who
birthday
celebrates anymore?
eve.
You just figured out my age. And here I was telling everyone I was 35. Anyway, we are so happy to be here at 5 Foster Plaza, and we are in Green Tree at the Odyssey building. We hope that you come and enjoy a happy hour with us. We have so many good treats like today. We will get to that. But join us every Friday here. And while you're at it, tell us about unique jobs, unique people, happenings, events, because we love to tell it all.
We do have that tonight. In the meantime, the blog, we always call out things. And, Jagoff is a term of endearment as well as, something you call somebody. So we have an example of both, actually.
Okay, what do you start with?
Well, first is we moved from Alloy 26, but we didn't really move from Alloy 26. So you have to go watch the video and the fact that we slid our offices literally like 2 doors down. And now we have the front. Yeah, I didn't.
No.
Good. If you had to guess which one was Antsy.
Furniture.
St. Rachel.
Bless yourself, as
was
you say
Antsy. All right, so
I wasn't Antsy. I wanted
Alloy
it done.
26,
and that's why I'm wearing my
make sure you
Alloy
come
shirt
by
today,
on Isabella.
just in case you didn't know.
And then, of course, kudos to Mark Hubbard from Screen Mobile in Pittsburgh. He found us a truck that was basically doing what it said you shouldn't do. On the back of the truck said the left lane is for passing you.
Right.
And it said it on the tailgate, and the truck was moseying in what lane? The left lane, you Jagoff.
Yes.
So follow your own rules.
That
all
upsets
right?
John.
Right.
All right. What doesn't upset John is when we are in Kennedy Township or Robinson, because that means that we are within close proximity of Cookie ice cream. These two fine ladies have become fast friends of the podcast over the last couple of years, and we adore your story, but we have not had you on in 2025. So welcome to the first episode that you're on in 25.
Well, we're thrilled to be here.
We love having you, and you have grown tremendously since we've known you. Tell us what you're up to now.
Gosh, what are we up to now? We have 10 area schools we work with in our special education program. We now make ridiculously fun cakes. We're going to win the strawberry jello standoff if we have to bribe people, and we're not above doing that. Our staff has almost doubled. Wow. 70% of our staff has special needs of some sort, and we are very proud of everyone in our little community, how they've come together, especially in these past few days. And also in 1976, I was in high school. So now, thanks for that.
Right, Connie, I'm with you there.
I mean,
right,
whatever.
Right.
Connie, for anyone who doesn't know, as you've mentioned, the special needs piece, you had a very difficult time when Hannah was looking for a job, right? And you were saying, this is crazy that there is nowhere that is hiring. And so that prompted you to say, well, guess what? I'll do it myself, right?
Pretty much. Hannah wanted to do food service. Hannah is great.
Phenomenal.
What 3 things you do in the store really well?
I am a barista because I have to make a lot more coffees.
Okay.
And a cake decorator because I want to help people with special needs how to learn how to make cakes with making more cookies in the oven, not how to get burned.
Right.
So to listen and follow your heart. Because that doesn't, when you model your suits or your sabbaths, the most important thing is people will love you and how much they want to help you. We learn from experience to bake.
Fantastic.
Right. So we bake and we help people to find their inner baking passion, right? And we help students to, get opportunities to grow in confidence, and their capacity to do things is limited by typically other people, not by themselves. So what we did was we tried to take the factor of time out of our training. So our kids, they're in our program for a long time, but when they leave our program, they leave with a sense of teamwork. They're not afraid to ask questions. They're not afraid to say, I could do that if I just had this little accommodation. Mm-hmm. And as a result, we have made friends with so many other small businesses, and there are more people, Rachel, doing this now than you would believe.
That's what I was going to ask you, Connie, because it does seem like there you've grown confidence just in the business world for the model that you have, because talk about just how long it took you to foster even just the confidence in, say, who's your favorite person that came out of your program other than Hannah?
Other than Hannah?
We know, right?
Oh no, because everybody in the program probably is going to be listening to this.
Right.
I'm going
right.
to say
Don't
that.
pick
Okay, we had one kid. Shout out to Lionel, who just got accepted into Project Search, which is a pretty big deal. And he is the kid who was quietly doing everything, just whatever we asked him. You want to do the dishes, whatever. One day he said, "Do you think I could try decorating a cake?" And that kid is a phenomenal, natural born cake decorator.
Wow.
In fact, today he worked and we're like, Lionel, we have to leave by 3:00.
Yeah.
Get that cake done.
Yeah, right.
And he made this spectacular. I can't wait for these people to see it. This beautiful strawberry drip cake.
Wow.
Just
Listen,
fantastic.
you know what I can't wait for? Pass that stuff over.
oh.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been.
So you are
I
part
saved
of
all
the
my calories today.
Strawberry Jello Pretzel Standoff on May 10th at the Block Northway.
So-
and we're asking people to give us $5 to go because, one, we had an overflow of people last year.
We had a
and we're
lot.
trying to kick some of that money back to folks like you that are using your good money to feed everybody, right? So we'd like to help defray the cost. So what are we eating here, Connie?
Okay, so, the first year we tried something similar, but we didn't have our frozen technique down. This year we got that nailed. So this is a pretzel ice cream base with pretzel chunks in it, slightly salted, slightly malted, very nice. The Jello salad portion is the only ice cream Addison will make with actual Jello. It has, as you can tell, a slight cream cheese edge to it, just the right filling. And that is our special whipped topping that we use on all of our cakes.
This is phenomenal.
Yeah.
And you are correct. I remember the frozen was not working. You were also the person who last year said, Rachel, we got to get this system down a little better. In case you didn't know, we had 250 people who came
Wow.
beyond the 200. Oh, we had 450 people there last year.
Wow.
And we had to turn them away because we didn't have enough samples. That's why we did it this way this year. So it's a little more easy to navigate, and we're excited for it. So we wish you nothing but the best. Who is your charity?
Who is our charity? Our charity is Bender Leadership Academy, and they were started by Joyce Bender. She is a phenomenal little powerhouse woman. She's been a mover and shaker in congressional hearings and a huge advocate for people with disabilities. She has epilepsy and she could not find a job, and so she said, well, gosh darn it, that's not okay. So she has dedicated her life to making sure that people with disabilities, especially the young kids, have opportunities, and to that end, they fund our education program.
Wow. It is John and Rachel, your Jagoff Late Night, and we are going to throw it to our People's Gas because Pierogi Festival is coming. But in the meantime, Connie, so this is not the folks that you've partnered with in the past.
So we partnered before with Camp Park, who
Camp
we
Park,
love.
yes. Mhm.
And we will continue to support Camp Park in all of our efforts. But Bender Leadership, since there's a big change in the way everything works with funding, has stepped up. I won a $10,000 grant, thank you, Inglis, which we used to get through the end of this school year because we pay our kids. We think it's really important that people understand that this isn't a charity, right? These are kids who are learning real skills, doing real jobs, and they deserve to be paid a fair wage for that. So Bender came through and said, we're going to pick up the slack.
Wow.
So even though we've been partnering with Bender the whole time, they've been our provider the whole time, they've gone the extra mile. We're going to make this program work regardless of where the funding comes from.
Congrats.
Well, Connie,
That's
Hannah,
wonderful.
we appreciate you coming down and being in front of the bright lights and all this craziness down here. Hannah, how we doing? Are we going for a big win at the Strawberry Jello Pretzel Salad Standoff?
You're in.
I feel confident we could do this, but the people doesn't believe in us. It doesn't matter what they believe in. We have to believe in our hearts
That's
to
right.
do this.
That's it.
Hannah.
Did you bring us a junk drawer gift, Hannah?
Yes, we did.
Okay.
Oh,
Do I
might it be that down there on the floor? I'm sorry.
Oh, wow. Did you bring us a floor gift? Okay. Not a drawer gift.
Junk floor
Cookie,
gift.
Yeah.
ice cream pie.
I knew it.
Yeah, also our new milk.
junks.
I love this.
Can
We
never have enough pens in your junk
I
drawer.
could not agree more. I absolutely love it. And we have stickers from you guys. You're the absolute best. Go ahead, John. Ask them the question.
All right, the question of the day is...
Are you nervous? Me
that
too.
you're going to love this one because it's all about you.
It's all about
Our
you.
food
bro.
partner, Cookie Ice Cream, tonight has combined cookies and ice cream. But let's say you can only pick one, cookie or ice cream. Hannah, where are
is
you
so
going with
easy.
that?
Hannah.
If I want to pick one,
Yeah.
how about ice cream sandwich?
That was good.
Okay.
Because
and
You're
Bonnie?
smarter than I
was-
thought.
I was going there with you. I was thinking, just put the cookies in the ice cream.
Oh, yeah. So you guys are smarter
Seems
than I
like a
thought.
really-
I thought you
Rachel
were really
doesn't allow
going
anybody
to split it
breaking
down the
those
middle.
rules.
No.
This is Late Night with John and Rachel. We'll be right back with our next guest.
That was excellent, you guys. Thank you so much. I've not made pierogies in a long time.
Guys, hold on. We don't need all of this. Hi, I'm Nick Paradise with People's Natural Gas. We're the proud sponsor of the returning Pittsburgh Pierogi Festival, Saturday, May 17th in Southside Works from noon until 5 p.m. Join us for live music and more than 20 pierogi purveyors. And meantime, you can submit your favorite pierogi recipe to jagoff.com/contact us and be featured in a digital version of Pittsburgh's finest collection of pierogies. So submit them soon, and we'll see you on Saturday, May 17th at the Pittsburgh Pierogi Festival, presented by Peoples.
Welcome to Flamingo. Can I take your orders?
You need a tap it?
No, we don't use this. We know how to yell the sandwich to cook. Here we go.
Dig in.
It's John and Rachel. We love to dig into iconic Pittsburgh places like Permanis. So we brought our friends from People's Gas.
Please call at least 3 business days before you dig.
It doesn't matter if it's a big project or something small like a mailbox. Always call before you dig.
I called. We can dig in.
So please call 811 3 business days before excavating so you don't have to call 911.
I've been thinking that ROHRICH Automotive needs a new jingle.
ROHRICH Automotive got the best cars around Pittsburgh.
Driving a ROHRICH, I bought it at ROHRICH. Picked up my new car at ROHRICH Automotive. I got friends at ROHRICH Automotive where the staff is nice and the dealership's loaded with brand new cars. And you can drive real far.
It's Rachel and John back to Late Night, and as we're all enjoying our strawberry jello pretzel salad concoction from Cookie Ice Cream, Rich Lord, managing editor of Public Source. The biggest question we have right now is, did you have a chance to taste that concoction yet?
I'm still kind of feeling a glow in my gut from
Okay.
it. It was amazing. Yes.
Nice.
She is literally one of our faves. But, you know, Rich, I have to tell you, we did the API cohort with Public Source. We were so honored to be a part of that for diversity and inclusion. And we did it for an entire year where the smaller news sources, and you guys, obviously, were able to participate. And watching the manner in which you operate with the community is so commendable. Because I was saying to John, you remember Rich, right? And he's like, oh, yeah. And I followed up with, so many people knew who you were despite the community we were in, which shows that you really are doing your job as a journalist to try to get in there and create those relationships.
Or that I've just stayed around too long. One or the other. I think a lot of people would vote for that one.
No, honestly, you impressed me with truly how the people resonated with the manner in which you spoke and what you brought to the table.
I've been very privileged and blessed to be able to do, journalism since about 1996, I guess. And
Okay.
for pretty much anybody in Pittsburgh who will pay for words has paid me for words at some point or another.
Yeah, you do have quite the resume. So you were with the PG. Who else?
Trib, City
you
Paper,
were
freelance
Trib.
for
Okay.
everybody else. So,
Okay.
been a journeyman, I guess.
Sure.
Maybe.
And what is it about Public Source for people who wouldn't know? Because let's face it, we know as journalists that there are some people who only know the Post-Gazette, the Tribune Review, and TV stations.
Yeah, we've been around since way back when Luke Ravenstahl was mayor. Got started about that time, and kind of founded as an investigative news outlet to help. We obviously publish on our website, publicsource.org. but we also share our content with many other outlets. We're really lucky in Pittsburgh because there are about 30 at least news outlets putting out really good material, and so we don't feel like we have to cover everything. Our staff of 16 people kind of picks our spots and does our thing. And if we're best known kind of for our investigations, I think we're also known for our community voices. We invite folks who have a story to tell about their Pittsburgh experience to put it in their own words. We work with them on polishing that, and we put it out there right along with kind of the staff-written investigative stuff.
Now, do you get tempted to? There's so much going on in the city, but there's the whole Western Pennsylvania. We've certainly felt that pressure to go out a little bit further. Do you have that pressure, or your mandate is City of Pittsburgh?
We've thought of our kind of home turf as Allegheny County.
Okay.
But you'll see in the coming weeks, I'm going to tease a little bit, some work that took us far outside of Allegheny County. And, I don't want to say too much, but we've gone pretty far lately for some news that'll will break in Pittsburgh.
Good to know.
All right, so some news that you want to break, because obviously I could talk journalism all day, but we get to actually chat with you a little bit more later. So tell us about this event that you have coming up.
Yeah, obviously we're digital first, which is where we get a lot of our news these days, but there's something about having something tangible. Those of us who grew up in newspaper era, we kind of miss that. Hold it in your hand, turn the page, see what randomly pops up on the sheet in front of you rather than kind of working through the rabbit holes that you go on online. So periodically we do something that you can pick up and feel. And we've created the Pittsburgh Northside Zine. We're going to be formally introducing it on the 22nd of May at Museum Lab at 6 o'clock at a big celebration of the North Side.
So you're going opposite of the trend. Everybody has gone digital, but there's something, obviously, as we know, fashion comes back around. Bell bottoms will be back around at some point, but print is coming back, and I guess that's it. You can read it in what do you call it?
Tabloid.
Format. Just keep as opposed to getting stuck in a link, right?
Don't get me wrong. I love online news.
Okay.
I consume it constantly, but I do miss that, when you're online, you're kind of going down this path that the algorithm creates most of the time.
Right.
Yeah.
You're almost confirming your own biases too often. I kind of miss that where you pick something up and you turn the page and whatever's on that next page is what you're gonna consume.
Right.
That is so true, because that's the OG. And I am a huge advocate, Rich, because I started at the Tribune Review. I absolutely love newspaper, and I am a firm believer that it's going to come back. I don't want to hear about costs. I don't want to hear about moving into the tech world. I truly believe that that's going to happen. But I love the fact that you are choosing, why the North Side?
I'm a south of the rivers kid, so
right.
my vote did not prevail, honestly. But we've spent a lot of time in Beachview last year. We spent a lot of time out in Wilkinsburg, also doing what we call asset mapping, emphasizing what's positive about communities that maybe don't get the press that they deserve. And we settled on, remember the API cohort we were in? It was focused to some degree on the north side, and we were really inspired by what we saw there. I'm used to, as a South Hills person, basically considering the North Side as a place where I get lost, when I go there. But there's just so much variety and so much spirit in the neighborhoods there. We felt we wanted to feature that.
And for those who don't know, what Rich is referring is in this cohort that there were 4 of us who were a part of, we were given different neighborhoods. And if I recall correctly, they did ask where we were from so that we had sort of the opposite, because I'm a North Sider, and that's why I can't wait for this to happen. But we were actually positioned in like the
South Hills.
Allentown.
South of the city. Mount
Oliver area. Yeah. So you kind of got to know, because as Pittsburghers, we always say we're procrastinators. Oh, I'll get there. Oh, eventually. But you know what you know, and you stick to what you know.
Yeah, too often. Yeah. Obviously, the cliche about us crossing rivers.
Oh, it's so true.
They forced us to cross rivers in that process. And it was a good process.
That's awesome.
Now, we have so many important questions for you. None more important as an investigative reporter is going to be our question of the day. But before we get to that, where does everybody find you guys online?
We're at publicsource.org.
Now,
Easy enough.
This new piece here.
I'm going to pitch this real quickly. You also have a fantastic email list at this point. You are doing e-blasts that we can follow and figure those things out. And listen, newspapers need help. So if you're willing to give a little bit of a donation, we'll take it.
I think in this day and age, you don't get your news anymore from one place.
Right.
You really have to work the field.
Yep.
And there's so many independent, producers of news.
Sure.
I think you got to support at least 3 news producers in order
or
to
rotate them, right?
And at least get one that you don't agree with, right? It's always better.
Great
so
point.
where does everybody pick this up?
It'll start coming out at the Bike Pittsburgh event on the 10th, which I believe you all have been talking about too.
Yes.
And then it'll be formally introduced on the 22nd at Museum Lab. And then I think you'll be seeing it a lot just circulating in the north side.
Okay.
That's fantastic. Thank you for what you do for our communities, Rich. It's certainly appreciated. And if you've not heard of Public Source, you should know about it. Make sure that you are subscribing if you can, but at least check out the website and see all the good things. All right. Did you bring us a junk drawer item?
Kind of a junk, what's
see
the right
it.
word? Closet item.
Okay.
This is from way in our formative years when we were trying to do
I love that you
something
brought 2.
different. I brought 2 because these are like Public Source discs, throwable discs. I thought if I armed one member of your team, I needed to arm the other.
Smart guy. I mean, that was smart. It is very, John.
Yeah. Should we toss them out into the crowd?
No,
Like,
we're
you
keeping
ready?
them.
Here we go. Whoa!
Oh, wow.
All right, that was a terrible. I just injured our music
That's
guest.
why I
That
didn't
was-
do it. Exactly.
Thank God we have insurance. All right, but it's not very good insurance. All right. In the meantime, our question of the day, Rich, is our sponsor for our food tonight. Our partner is Cookie Ice Cream. But let's say you're in a position where you can only pick one. Is it cookie or ice cream?
I'm going cookie. I just like the solidity of the cookie,
Okay.
the durability of the cookie. I'm going with the cookie.
You're such a news guy. What would you pick?
To be honest with you, cookie ice cream, the cookies are so amazing.
He says this every time. It's
They're
not just because you're here.
I
I swear.
love the ice cream's great, but my God, the
He
cookies are
has,
incredible.
he has Addison put literally make this a sandwich.
Yes.
To your point.
Yes.
And no one asked, but I'm picking ice cream every time. So there you go. I love cookies, but I'll pick the ice cream. Rich, thank you so much. First time for you being on the Jagoff podcast. We're so glad that you're here. We invite all of our news outlets. Would love to have you come back as often as possible. Tell us what's going on, and we're excited to see how this all pans out.
Be thrilled. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. And next up, we have been tracking down Kellen Petrone for about a year. We've known him, so don't worry, we're not stalking him, but we're so happy that we get to chat it up with him next on your Jagoff Late Night.
So we wore black because black is
Yes,
slimming. But
black
you know
is
what?
slimming.
Black is not slimming because Weight Loss Direct is slimming.
Oh my God.
And you know who else is going to fit in on this?
This guy.
Emilio.
Look where we have
Emilio,
him.
look at him
Emilio.
working.
Oh,
Hey,
what's
up,
the
guys? How
worker.
you doing?
So you did some WLD with us. Look at this guy.
We're there.
What possessed
This is
me
the
to do
same
this with
suit.
you guys? I don't know.
I
because
just turned my single breast suit into now a double breast, so I can actually go like this.
Nice. We say black is slimming when you wear it, right? But you know what's slimming? Weight Loss Direct.
WL.
We all did this together, and it honestly has been life-changing. And like we said, we just keep going week to week and maintaining because it has really fit into our crazy lifestyles.
The key is really just staying focused and staying direct, if you will, weight loss direct, but direct like being focused every day.
In the meantime, time for me to take a clip.
Oh, for crying
All
out
right.
loud. Just check
All right,
it out.
now, Wendy, let me take care of your hair. It's Rachel and John with the Where You At? Yeah, and
Isabella.
right. We remember when we moved into Alloy 26, we showed you Where You At with 3 things that we loved about being here.
Yes.
And
That was last April.
Show them what's in your hand there, because we're moving.
We're moving.
Yeah, and we really did enjoy our time.
It was a great time.
Here are the 3
So many
things that we
memories.
really liked about it. Right here on Federal
We would not be
Street.
true Northsiders if we didn't say we just love Federal Street in general, but more so the view of America's ballpark. We love Pansy Park. Pirates are back in season. There's so many fun themed nights, and just having all the life down here.
Yeah. And there's Mike's Beer Bar that was always so close.
When we forget our lunches, or when I meet Kelly for lunch. One thing. It's John and Rachel. Welcome back to your Jagoff Late Night. All I want in life is to be Rizzo in Greece, and nobody will grant that. So maybe if somebody out there will let that happen, I would be greatly thankful. What else I'm thankful for is the fact that we finally get to talk to Kellen Petrone. And if you do recognize that name, it is because Marin is seriously like the Steve Martin of Saturday Night Live on the Jagoff podcast. So Marin, who you know as well as Tom, who are part of the Irish Festival and all the amazing things that come along with that. We met you, I think it's 2 years ago at St. Bridget at this point.
At St. Bridget and my sister's baby shower.
And the baby shower, yes.
At my parents' house.
And, you know, we've been like, oh, we need to get you on because you are, if not more famous than the other Petrones, because of what you have done for Pitt Volleyball. So the funniest part, if you know the Jags, John and I were working, you know, Marin to try to get Kellen to come on. And Tracy's like, I think I got the Pitt Volleyball coach. So we were like, what? We've all been working on the same thing. So welcome. Longest intro ever.
Thank you.
And that's all the time we have. Thank you very much.
I am definitely not more famous than my dad. And then
or his stew.
And then college, Marin and I went to Duquesne together, and everyone's like, "Oh, this is Kellen's little sister." And then like 6 months in, everyone's like, "Hey, this is Marin's older brother."
Oh, I love that. Yeah.
So they got me.
You're great people.
So Kellen, you are the director of operations at the University of Pittsburgh. Is that correct?
So that's what I started out as. So I am the associate head coach and recruiting coordinator for the team.
No doubt about it. And so as we were sort of pursuing you, all these great things were happening to the women's volleyball team, which is super cool. Now, the question I have is just in general, like, was volleyball your thing, when you were a kid growing up and going to the beach, or you just became very specialized in it and a good teacher of it?
Well, I went to Central Catholic, and I was actually on the wrestling team, and I went through the strength and conditioning, and I was just really small. And in volleyball, I still am, and so I knew it wasn't going to work out. So I was like, hey, I'm going to stop this and I'm going to join the volleyball team. It's kind of a nerdy sport. I'll probably be the best athlete. And so I walk in, and my coach at the time, his name is Phil O'Keefe. He's the current head coach, 23 years now at Fox Chapel High School.
Okay.
And he's 6'4". He's like, his shoulders down to his waist. He's like a V. I'm like, yeah, I might be in over my head. And so anyway, I just caught the bug through the coaches I've had, and pretty quickly realized that this is the job I wanted to have. And I started coaching different local area high schools, and then I realized, hey, if I want to make this a job, I need to switch to the women's side. And right out of college at Duquesne, I was coaching, and I've been doing that since.
Are you
Sorry, I was
are
really
you the first
into the video.
pick when people go to the beach? Like Kellen on your team? Or
John
you
wants to go to the beach.
Lay low.
So
you lay low on that.
I used to jump a lot higher than I do now.
Okay.
I can still beat my wife's family in the beach, but it's getting a little harder.
Yeah, and competitive, I'm sure you are, right?
Yeah,
How
a
can
little
you not?
bit.
Yeah, exactly. So Pittsburgh, we say this all the time, Pittsburgh loves Pittsburgh. So even if somebody from Pittsburgh went to Penn State, they're now a Pitt fan because of what has happened with the team, and people are just so into it. Talk a little bit about what you saw with having a winning team and what that felt like, that energy.
Yeah, so we've had successful seasons, and then this past season, the first time we were ranked number 1 in the country.
Wow.
And I never cared, and I would say the same to the other coaches. We didn't care about being number 1 in the country. We wanted to win the national championship. We want to be number 1 at the end. Mm-hmm. And so when it happened, we're like, okay. It was kind of unique. We were off that weekend. A couple teams ahead of us lost. We're like, are we going to get number 1? And then we did. And we're like, we better prove it now. And not wanting to be ranked number 1 was kind of silly because the fan increase was just insane. The social media following, the media following, the donor support increased. Right. And so for the first time ever, we were able to sell out the Peterson Events Center against Penn State, who ended up winning the national championship. But we beat them when we played them back in September of last year.
Yeah.
And we know how hockey grew when Mario came and when Sid came. Is that what you're seeing now? Or has there always been a good groundswell that we're now just recognizing overnight in volleyball around here? Yeah,
I think there's been a groundswell. And our head coach is Dan Fisher. He's the best coach in the country. And he's done a bunch of stuff with USA Volleyball. And so, we started out with just my parents and my sister in the stands and just like maybe 50 people. And now to be able to sell it out, and as our recruiting has gone better, as the athletes are, we're getting more high profile athletes, people want to come watch them play. And volleyball is a tremendous sport that really shows off athleticism because you're not bumping into each other, and the girls jump so high. And we have several girls on our team that can easily dunk a basketball. And so once people come to a game and see in person how hard the girls are hitting, how high they're jumping, they just get hooked.
What's the conditioning like like for that? You know, I played basketball in my day, me and Tracy.
Cousin Lisa, where are you at?
No, but what is the conditioning like? It has to be different, right? Or is it similar to, any other kind of sport that you're just prepping for?
Well, it's different, and also depends on the time of year. So in season, we actually lift every day for short amount of time, and there's the tremendous benefits from injury prevention to more competitiveness, better mental health, and we see our team jumping the highest at the end of the year when we needed them to the most. In the off season, which we just completed our spring segment, it's longer lifts, much harder lifts, and we're really trying to build muscle now. We do a lot of Olympic lifts, we do a lot of sprint training. We don't do long running. It actually hurts your jump a little bit, and so. Our strength coach is phenomenal. The one we had before just got picked up by the Houston Astros.
Wow.
And so we've had like a good team around our coaching staff and team to be able to help them condition.
And here we are in spring going into summer, thank God, finally. But what's happening? What's going on with you guys in the summer, in the fall?
Yeah, so we just finished our spring season. The girls are back home for about a month, and then they will come back and they'll start training with our strength coach and doing practices on their own. We have a little pause in recruiting. The coaching staff will be recruiting a ton starting in June and then through July. But we also have camps. We have middle school camps, high school camps, and they're phenomenal. And we used to just have to go around to different schools and pass out flyers, and now they sell out really quickly. But there's still room if you guys want to.
Really? There's still room. Okay.
So leading up to what you do, what would you tell a parent at this point who has a volleyball student that's playing volleyball 9th, 10th, 11th grade? Is it still good grades? Is it still, athlete,
like balance?
Training and things like that?
Yeah, so the number one piece of advice that I give to young players is just keep playing volleyball and getting better. And so there's a lot of questions like, hey, how do I do the recruiting process, and when do I reach out to coaches? But really, the better you get, the more attention you're going to get.
Yes,
we're out there every week, and we'll find you. And so the way the sports in general are heading right now is people are going into one sport too soon. And so that's not really great. And so we have we had the National Player of the Year on our team. Her name is Olivia Babcock, and she really didn't start playing competitive volleyball until her junior year in high school. She played a little bit but then really started picking up her sophomore, junior year in high school. But she was a water polo player. She was a soccer goalie. And so all of the competing in different arenas really helps you with whatever one you ultimately decide.
Pretty cool. Speaking of arenas, is there anything you want to drop on where you're playing this year?
Yes, Pittsburghers, we need you. We're playing Arizona State and TCU in PPG Paints Arena August 31st and September 1st. I'm pretty sure about that. And it's going to be a tremendous event. And so Penn State will be there with us. We're not playing each other. We're actually doing that a couple weeks later at their place because they came to us last year. But it's going to be a great kickoff event. It'll be on national television. And we can't have a game on national television without the stands packed. So please come out and help us.
That was the best pitch ever. I'm there!
Yeah, I think we need a Jag section, right? We just go buy a bunch of tickets. All right, we'll do a Jag section.
Definitely.
All right, did you bring us a junk drawer gift?
So I'm not sure what this says about me, but this was in my office junk drawer. This is a Pitt koozie.
Yes, HTTP.
So there's definitely the good days and the bad days, but I was like, I saw it, and I was like, saw this grim crap. I was like, hey,
I love it. All right, John, you can hit them up with your question.
So, Kellen, you may have heard already, but our sponsor tonight for our strawberry jello pretzel salad dessert is Cookie ice cream. So if you had to choose, since we're just talking about training, would you choose a cookie or ice cream?
I would choose whatever we just sampled back there. It was absolutely amazing. I'm going to have another one. So nice job, Connie, but ice cream.
Yes.
100%.
See, I love the Petrone family. I'm obsessed. Where can everybody find you and follow you online?
So follow our team at PittVB on all the different platforms. My Instagram and Twitter is Kellen PittVB. So. And then please come out to a game. We need as much support as we can get.
I love it. I'm not kidding. We're putting a Jag section. That was a great idea, John.
Thanks, boss.
Oh, for crying out loud. Next up, one of our absolute favorite musicians. We're just going to tease it there. You got to listen in. You Jagoff Late Night.
Cool.
That was
awesome. The best thing about it is now I have a life. I got weekends off, nights off, and just learning new skills in life. I think that's the coolest thing is being able to take home what I learned on the job site and be able to do that at the house. It doesn't matter what age you are. You could be just coming out of high school, graduating from college, or like me, you've been in a business for so long, you just wanted a change. And the pension is great, the health benefits are great, and the time you get to spend home is great.
KB Plumbing, KB Plumbing. KB Plumbing. Ben! Wow.
What are we doing in here, John?
Ben, I can't get this to go. I don't know what to do with this. I don't know. I need like 22 liters per minute come out of there when I shower.
22 liters per minute?
Yeah.
Well, you got the wrong shower head.
Okay.
22 liters per minute.
All right.
So what you want to do is, there's a couple different options. Get rid of this guy. You can get yourself one with a nice one.
Yeah.
You got stuck in this tight space. That would
Yeah.
definitely work for, a little undercarriage cleaning, if you know what I'm talking about.
I got you. Yeah.
Yeah, get rid of this, get one of those, and then you should be ready to go.
Oh, man.
Can you watch where you're at next time you call me?
Yeah, this is kind of weird.
Yeah, thanks, pal.
It's John and Rachel. Welcome back to your Jagoff Late Night. What I love is last week when we were here, we saw some stickers and a picture, and it was one of our faves, Melina. And the best part was you had emailed us that you want to work with us again, which we were absolutely thrilled because not only are we going to hear you perform tonight, you're going to be at the Block Northway with us next Saturday for the Strawberry Pretzel Jello Salad Standoff.
Yes.
Did you create a jingle for us?
I should.
I know.
I really should.
You have like, what, 9 days to do it? Make
Sounds
it
good.
work. Yeah.
Sounds good.
So we have always enjoyed your style, and obviously the folks here at Odyssey did as well because they had you come do one of their lunchtime things.
Yeah.
What is it that keeps you going? Is it the fans? Is it your love for music? Tell us what inspires you?
There's like the cliche thing where it's like, if you like what you do, you're never working, like that type of thing. Genuinely, it's anytime I have a gig, I'm just excited to be there. And it's even small little things. It's just like a dream that I get to do that for like my job. Like
You
that's
can tell.
so crazy.
It comes across. Yeah,
So
you're just so passionate.
It's everything altogether. I just love it.
Okay.
Yeah.
And where are you performing most recently? I know, John, did I just cut you off?
No, you go right ahead.
I just want to know where she's performing.
That's
I'm
good.
going to drink this like
Go ahead.
Okay, perfect.
She keeps taking more time. Go.
I'm at Carmela's in South Side, Wheelfish in the North Hills, Shooters in the North Hills. I'm always downtown. They're doing construction in Market Square, so there'll be a lot of Mellon Square performances this year. Hotel Monaco, the rooftop bar.
Ooh,
But you're
I've never been
headlining
there.
Strawberry Jello Pretzel.
Oh,
Salad.
that is the most important, yes.
Right, the most important
Yes.
of your career. All right, so we have very important questions. But
Yes.
first, where does everybody find you online?
My Instagram is at Melina Bowser, and you can check out my website to see where I'll be playing next at melinabowser.com.
Nice.
Easy enough.
All
See,
right.
you make it super simple. And we do love the fact that you play at all of these unique places. So if somebody's just you can hang out in Pittsburgh. It's not like you have
Yes.
to go to a specific venue anymore. That's
Right.
what I love.
It's
Yeah.
there's music everywhere in Pittsburgh. It's
We've
the best
trained
part.
you for that. You were on a rainy porch where the house
That
was
is
on
true.
island.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were on the very hot bridge.
All
You
weather.
may bring
Yeah.
the wind.
Right.
Yes, exactly. All right. And now, John, your big question
All
of the
right.
day.
The question of the day is, you saw cookie ice cream here.
Yes.
You have to only pick one. Is it cookie or ice cream?
This is so easy. I'm with Rachel. It's ice cream every time. I'm sure the cookies are delicious,
I'm
but
sure.
I don't know. I can
Just-
go for an ice cream any
Honestly,
time of the day.
honestly, if you go eat the cookie, you will change your mind. Yeah,
I mean,
you
I'm
will
not
change your
saying
mind.
that's not
Yeah.
the truth, but I'm
Yeah.
still going to go
You'll
with
lose
ice
your
cream
mind
every
over the
time.
cookies.
Right.
All right.
Okay.
Tell us about the song we're about to hear.
Sure. So the song that I'll be performing is an original called Moving On, and you can listen to it wherever you stream music on my album, also called Moving On. So
There you go. That was
Yeah.
easy enough. Are you trickling songs out? People are saying they're not really dropping full albums anymore.
This last album that I released was in like 2022, I think, and then I've done a couple singles since then. I like to do an album, but I'm just
Okay.
still working on compiling some stuff together.
Look, everybody's different, and we love it because we'll take you back anytime. So we hope that we see you at the Strawberry Jello Pretzel Salad Standoff next week, because if you are going to love what you hear, which I promise you will, you're going to want to come see her there as well. So we get to hear from Jack Dougherty, speaking of Mellon Square,
Yeah.
who is with the Pittsburgh Downtown Partnership for our 412 dues.
Hi, my name is Jack Dougherty. I'm with the Pittsburgh Downtown Partnership, and I am here to tell you the 412 dues for this month. So, I am coming to you live from PPG Plaza right here in downtown Pittsburgh. Behind me is actually Take Your Child to Work Day, so we're having a big celebration. Lots of kids running around, lots of fun. I believe the Kool-Aid Man is here. He might be in the shot, I'm not sure, but you know, he might bust in. You never know. That's kind of what he does. Anyway, We're bringing a lot of activity here to PPG that we typically would have in Market Square, given the Market Square modernization construction project that is taking place currently in Market Square. So the Farmers Market is coming here in just a few short weeks. We open on May 15th, and then we're every Thursday all the way through September, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. The same market that you know and love from Market Square is going to be here in PPG Plaza. Also, we are bringing yoga in the square. The same series that we had in Market Square is also coming to PPG. That is going to be Sunday mornings and a weekday evening. You can find all those details on our website at downtownpittsburgh.com and on our social medias. We've got a lot of more events that are going to be coming to other public places around downtown. A how-to series coming to Mellon Square where you're going to learn everything from steel pan instruments to paint and sip classes, salsa dancing, lots of fun things to look out for there, as well as some general music and lunch activations in other public plazas downtown. So a lot of excitement for this summer. And then, of course, it all leads up to the big Picklesburg Festival coming in July 11th through 13th. We are finalizing details on that footprint, so stay locked in, stay tuned for more information on that. But that also will have a big presence right here in PPG. Meanwhile, the work in Market Square is going to be ongoing throughout the whole summer. Please come down, check it out, support those businesses. We are so excited to have this project bring us a brand new, refreshed Market Square on the other side. But during this construction period, while the events are moving to other locations, the small businesses need all your support to get through this period and help support them during this project. So we're excited for a fun summer downtown. We're excited to bring a lot of events here to PPG and around the neighborhood. So we hope to see you down here.
Hi, I'm Melina Bowser, and this is my original song called Moving On.
Tired of being the one that you call when you're alone and high. I'll never be the one who's alright with being a girl on the side. Baby, we could have been something if you would stick around for once, but I'm moving on. Find another number to dial at night. Maybe if somebody who wants you to drop them a line, or even better yet, babe, why don't you put the phone away? It's time that you finally grow up. Get a hold of yourself and hear me out when I say I'm tired of being the one that you call when you're alone and high. I'll never be the one who's alright with being the girl on the side. Baby, we could have been something if you would stick around for once, but I'm moving on. I'm tired of being the one that you call when you're alone and high. I'll never be the one who's alright with being a girl on the side. moving on.
Oh my gosh. And I think you deserve the most Yinzer outfit ever, John.
Yeah,
Do you
for
see
sure.
that?
It
Oh,
literally
Michaela.
says that. So, again, you're going to beat the strawberry jello pretzel salad.
Yes, I am.
Standoff on May 10th.
That's all that matters.
Yes, right.
We're happy that you're playing at other places, but sorry, you're going to be at our...
I know who's best.
Did we ask you about a junk drawer item, though? Did we pass on that?
Gosh, I have a junk
Oh, my
drawer
God. Oh,
He put her on the spot.
See?
This is
Here we
for
go.
everyone that is out of electricity. So this will light up your whole house for the week that it'll be off.
My
You have to press
gosh,
the bottom
wait,
of it.
You're like, do it right. Wait, show me.
For those on the audio side,
Oh.
it is a ladybug.
It's a ladybug that you push.
That's a little flashlight.
Very smart.
That's
Very
right.
smart. Or a
Nice.
pointer. We adore our musician, and we are so excited that you will be with us for our standoff. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you to Rich Lord from Public Source. Thank you to Kellen Petrone, who's like the coach extraordinaire at this point, right? And thank you to Michaela, and Johnny, and Tracy for always making it amazing. And thank you for my third helping of the strawberry
Sponsored
jello
by
pretzel.
Weight Loss Direct.
Right. Cookie ice cream. That was absolutely fantastic. We can't wait to see you on May 10th. Have an amazing weekend.